Hi everybody, this is Tara from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Western Pennsylvania. Welcome to another exciting edition of Children's Imaginarium Visual Sculpture Series. Today we are going to be exploring how to make a certain type of paper bead related to the technique of quilling. Quilling is an old-fashioned art form that I fell in love with a long time ago, and I have yet to explore all the different options. Most young people, most art supply stores do not supply quilling materials anymore. You have to kind of research it on your own and make your own strips of paper and things. Okay, so you can also use wood, thin veneers, all sorts of things. But this is a type of bead that starts simple, that's very easy to make, and it's very relaxing. It's another one of those visual art practices that is semi-meditative after you get the hang of it. Okay, so let me show you my tray of paper beads that I have in reserve that I made when I used to teach preschool. I used to carry around a little kit with me, and whenever the kids were at nap time, I used to make these little beads. Very, very fun, very good. These are solid beads. They're solid coils of paper, and you can make these into jewelry, and I'm gonna show you how. First of all, let's show you how to make the bead itself, okay? So we'll put that up a little ways. All right, very easy. And then here's a Ziploc bag with some more beads in it. I ran out of space on my tray. So all you need is a dowel rod. Okay, dowel rods of your choice. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use this one, the skinny one, although I'm going to do some square ones with a square center and some large ones later in time. All right, so you can do these with regular paper, and these ones were done with magazine paper, okay? I do not have a lot of magazines and newspapers right now because of the pandemic, believe it or not. And the newspaper business, the magazines, entities that survive on paper have started to slowly go away. We're more electronic world, we're more virtual world. So magazines, newspapers are hard to come by. So I'm going to go ahead and use paper strips. So I have the yellow and white here. So I'm gonna start with, we'll make a white one, part white and part yellow. Very easy. You're gonna take your strip, and then we also have to have a little thing of glue. All right, so I always keep my glue in this type of format, and then this is glue, but it's from another thing, but I fill it up all the time with other types of glue. I'm using my needle tool to clean out my opening because sometimes it dries up. I want to make sure that the glue is going to come out. Okay, good. So here we go. All that you do is you start with your strip, and you just take your dowel rod like this, and you're going to wrap your strip around your dowel rod, but you're not going to wrap it straight on. You're going to wrap it kind of at a diagonal. I'll move my finger so you can see. At a diagonal, so that you overlap one edge of it, but so that the whole thing is covered, okay? The dowel rod starts to get covered. So once I have that, come down till the end of the yellow. And like I said, you can use foil too. Any type of paper that you are attracted to, you can do this, and you can start designing how the colors will come out in the coil. So first, this is how we make the strips for the coil. It isn't just one piece of paper that we're going to coil up. It's one piece of paper that we've styled on this dowel first. So we're going to take this, we're going to add a little glue. And you can probably do this with a glue stick too, but I like tackier glue. I think it holds up better. All right, then let's do some white. So I'm gonna put a little white there, attach that. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be attached. And then you keep it going. And sometimes things come unraveled, and it can get frustrating at first. Every once in a while, I'll also put another little piece of glue just to help keep it together. Okay, just to help keep everything together and running smoothly. You don't want to over glue. If you over glue sometimes, especially if you're working very slowly, it can actually it can get glued to your dowel rod. So you don't want that. So put one more little bit, then we're going to be ready to coil. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this today. There you go. It might be because this glue has been around for a while, and I probably need to stir it up a little bit on the inside. Okay, so here we go. Lovely, lovely, keep going. Lovely, lovely, keep going. All right. I'm trying not to rush this, but I'm trying to do it quickly so you guys don't get bored. Because I know sometimes folks get bored. Ready? So now I'm going to glue this shut. Get my glue going. There we go. Nice big piece of glue there. Okay, good. And I'm going to get rid of that extra glue on my towel here. And then what you do is this. I wait like 2 seconds, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Just sort of make sure things are together, okay? Put my cap on my glue. Set this stuff to the side. I get organized as I go. I'm very organized as I work, okay? All right, then I'm gonna very carefully give this a little twist. Like I said, sometimes it'll get stuck. There we go. Twist this off. And sometimes I'll just be in the mood to just do these, just to make these all day long, okay? And I might have a whole basket full of these, or a whole bag full. And then what you do with this is super fun. You just flatten them. Flat, 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 flat. Okay. Now, this is the fun part. You can either use a toothpick or a needle tool or any device that you want, but what you want to do is then start to circle it, coil it, just like you would, I don't know, what would we coil?
It's like you did on the dowel rod, but not at an angle.
Not at an angle, straight up, and then you get it started on something small like this, for example. Then you can also just keep doing it on your own like this, or if you have a chopstick or a skewer, which is like a long toothpick, you can use that to help you. But see how I'm just doing it by hand? I'm just doing that. Oh yes, I forgot to say, you want to just give this a little bit of glue every once in a while. Just a little bit. I'm going to explain how all this glue is going to help us out in the end. So once you get this almost to the end here, I usually put a glue at the beginning, glue in the middle, and then glue at the end. This is just my demo one, so we're doing it real quickly. Very quickly. You should use an LY at the end of real, not and say really quickly. Okay, there we go. So there's one example of a small bead. Now you can get as big as this. You know, you can use different colors and get different effects. Now here's where the fun part comes. Once you have all your beads made, a nice selection of beads, such as I have right here, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to get like a piece of styrofoam that comes in a package, any piece of something that you can poke a toothpick into, okay? Then you're gonna take a bead, you're gonna arrange these. You're gonna put several beads together that you might like to see together, okay? So say I want this, this, and this together, right? I'm gonna arrange those, and I'm gonna put some toothpicks up through the middle or some sticks, and put it into my foam so it's standing up, so it's level and it's standing up. And then I'm gonna glue them with some Mod Podge or some watered down Elmer's glue or any type of glue that you want. You're gonna glue all of this, top and around the sides, together. And it's going to be raised up. It's going to be raised up, sticking on a styrofoam so that the top dries. When that top dries, you're going to take it off of your toothpicks and your sticks, flip it over, okay? And then you're going to stick them back into your piece of foam and paint the other side and let it dry. You can do that 2 or 3 times if you like. Get a nice shellac, get a nice shell of clear gloss on there. It looks really cool. Now I'm going to show you the finished product. And I really, now I'm making myself want to do this now. I just don't have time right now, but I will have time again. So fun. Let me show you an example. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is a finished product. And I did put a little bead there. You can put some beads, this little metallic beads. You can put little shells, whatever you want. And see how I have these 2 big holes right here? Because this, I'm gonna pan up to myself real quick. This will actually go onto a beautiful rope. And this can be worn like a necklace, you know. I am wondering a little bit about like the kind of, I think I just used regular plastic type glue on this. So I'm wondering if this is gonna stick to my skin. It's not sticky now, it's obviously dry. But like in the heat, for example, like I'm wondering if it's gonna stick to my skin. So I wonder if I'm gonna wear like a t-shirt or a top underneath it, like a plain color top, because that would make it pop, you know. Stuff to think about in the world of fashion and jewelry and handmade jewelry. You know, how is it actually going to work for you? You know, you want to make it actually work. This is made out of nothing but paper and glue. So it's pretty cool though, don't you think?
Definitely.
I think it's just very interesting project to do. I love doing this type of thing. There's all sorts of other paper beads, beautiful beads that look like they're made out of wood when they're actually just made out of paper. So interesting. All right, thank you for your attention. This was another really interesting area of study for you to try. All right, now we're off to our next adventure.